And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Nashua ETV's coverage of local high school sports tonight. It's girls lacrosse. It is the Bishop Guertin Cardinals against the Pinkerton Academy Astros. Maybe a preview of a potential state final down the road. I'm not sure if they're going to cohort and have to play out of the same region or not. But if that's the case, then that takes away a good final. But you've got two really great girls lacrosse teams. They have played in finals before. And Bishop Guertin coming in at 2-0. They have not played in a week. Monday, these two teams were supposed to play in Derry, but due to COVID-19 protocols, the game was postponed. It will be made up the first week in May. I'm Tom King, Tim O'Neill on camera. Pete Johnson, our executive producer, and John Collins is on his way. I think he's taking his private helicopter, and will land soon and show up. And lucky John, he doesn't have to be out in the cold just tonight. I will eventually, but lucky all of you who are watching this from home, watching this on your phones anywhere, watching anywhere. Also, welcome to the BG people who watch the live stream. It is going to be a very cold night, and it'll be interesting to see how that affects it. The wind chill from the forecast was supposed to be in the high 20s, and of course after a 70-degree day two days ago, it probably feels like it's sub-zero out there, and it did on the way in, that's for sure. Teams are lining up now, but boy, I'll tell you what, this Bishop Guertin girls lacrosse team, they are a machine, and they're led by Riley Bouvier, a junior. She's their go-to goal scorer, and some other Cardinals, Maddie Keating, and a whole host of players whose names you may recognize from other sports. They are introducing the starting lineups right now, and tell you what, this Guertin team, they are very experienced. They have a lot of good shooters. They've played well on defense, but mainly, a lot of these kids are going to be going on to play in college. In fact, they have a total of 16 college commits, 9 seniors, 7 juniors, 2 of whom play on the JVs. They have 4 teams, the varsity and 3 sub-varsity teams. It is a machine. There's Pinkerton Academy right now being introduced, the starting lineups. Justine Doyle, a senior. The Astros have at least a half a dozen seniors. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seniors on Pinkerton. Caroline Daziel, one of them being introduced. Haley Davis has been an excellent Astro over the years from what I remember, and she is probably a player that you're going to have to watch out for. But you notice these teams, they didn't bring many players tonight. We did the Guertin game against Londonderry a week ago, and they had an army on the sideline. They had a lot of JV players and everybody else there for the opener. But tonight, with this cold, no. So they are keeping it to a minimum.
And now the starters for the Cardinals from Bishop Guertin.
And they are now announcing, Pete Palladino on the microphone announcing the starters for BG. Again, this is a game that Bishop Guertin is Riley Bouvier, number 1. This is a game that BG has been looking forward to for a while. I think they were probably disappointed they wouldn't be able to play on Monday. But it's interesting. And in the boys' game, in case you're wondering, the boys, last I heard, were up 10-2. It may be more now. 11-2 now, with just in the final minute of that game. They are going to beat Pinkerton twice in 4 days, in 2 days. Not an easy feat at all. And you know, they'll see. They're supposed to be doing some regional seeding. From what I understood, there was a lacrosse meeting yesterday. They're trying to work it so that there's an equitable final. Because the one thing you don't want is in the sport of lacrosse, there are very few halves, a couple of almost halves, and a lot of have-nots. And in girls lacrosse, it's almost the same. And it'll be interesting to see how the spring season turns out. We have got one more week to go in April as it's flying by.
On defense, number
And of course,
23,
we're here in the
Guertin.
temperature at game time right now. It was supposed to be around 38 degrees, I believe, but with the wind chill, it's even worse. It's actually in the low 40s, 43 degrees, 41 degrees, and it is just going to be brutal out there tonight. And now we have our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And another great rendition of the national anthem here at Stello Stadium. Who was that student? Cameron Iaquinta, who sang a week ago. So it is going to be a great start with that wonderful rendition of the anthem. Now let's see if Guertin can turn it into a great start on the field. But boy, the wind, I don't think in lacrosse is going to make too much of a difference. It is blowing right off the water here at Stello Stadium, coming right at us. But boy, I'll tell you what a great view of the water of the Nashville River through the trees that don't have any leaves on them yet. So you get a great view through. Very picturesque here at Stellos. So the Cardinals will be taking the field. Again, lacrosse is a game of possession. So Guertin, the longer they hold it, or Pinkerton, the longer they hold it, the better chance they have to win it. Almost like in football. So there are a lot of fast breaks in lacrosse, but usually you try to keep the ball for as long as you can when you score and prevent the other team from getting a shot at it. So here we go. In goal for the Cardinals, as I check out the roster. We don't have positions down. So, McKenna Reiki, who's been a steady goalie for them. We have the draw. Again, draw controls are big. That's how you get possession, same as in the boys' game. And we're underway here at Stellos. Guertin on the attack right away as they get the first draw. That's Bouvier bringing it all the way down. She may shoot it. Well, she's going to give it up. Top to Holt, Lindsay Holt, number 17. Getting it over to Amelia Piercy, number 12. Now back behind the net, now out again. As the Cardinals work it, looking for a cutter, can't find one. Pinkerton doing a good job defensively. Guertin flips it over. This is Holt. She'll play at Holy Cross next year. Bouvier in 2 years will be at Stanford. Shot, score, Bouvier! Why, she is on fire this year. She had 5 goals the other night. And the Cardinals immediately take a 1-0 lead. Some 27 seconds, a minute 2 into the game. So Guertin held on to the ball for a while. Good strategy on their part. Found Bouvier open, and Bouvier with the quick shot, and it's a 1-0 lead. And they're setting up the draw. Well, I'll tell you, every time they take their time out there on the field, I think people are cringing because of the cold. And it will get even colder over the next half hour when that sun goes down completely. Not that it's doing a whole heck of a lot on the field now. The lights are just starting to come on at Stello Stadium. And in the draw, a bounce. Again, ground balls are huge. The call is going to go against Bishop Guertin, and the Astros have it. And there's going to be a push foul on BG. You can see that clearly. And now Pinkerton will start on the attack. Behind the net of the Astros, looking for that wraparound goal. It just doesn't happen. Their numbers are hard to read in the front, but easy to read in the back. Moving, Astros are in red. Bishop Guertin in their usual green and white. Whistle blows. And infraction against Guertin. Probably did not give them the proper spacing. And it will be Pinkerton ball with 22:54 left to play in the first half. 25-minute halves. And we're just underway here at Stellos. It's already 1-0 in favor of the Cardinals on a goal by Riley Bouvier. Ball loose. Astros pick it up. That's Caitlin Selaney for Pinkerton, number 30. And her pass goes awry, and they'll be chasing forward in the corner. Picked up by the Cardinals. So an Astro turnover, and Guertin will take possession, and down the field they run. Get it? Trying to find an opening and dodge her way was Catherine Campbell. Campbell now with a restart. And she'll have a clean shot. She takes it, and a save by the Astros. Pinkerton with the save. A great opportunity there for Guertin to go up 2-0. Ball's loose. I think that might be Lauren Sweeney in goal for the Astros. Not sure. Can't see the number. Pinkerton trying to clear. That's another way in lacrosse you can really prevent teams from doing damage, is prevent them from clearing and try to force a turnover. Remember, no contact. We saw contact, a lot of it. Not as much as I thought in the boys' game the other night. Here come the Astros on a break. Guertin flooding the defense. Ball was put in the net, but no goal. The whistle had already blown. 20:54 left to play first half. 1-0 in favor of Guertin. But this will not be like the other night when Guertin just dominated in beating Londonderry in the game we did here on National ETV. Restart for the Astros. Ricky with a save. And the outlet pass, but it's loose. Ball bouncing around near the 50. Players are all over trying to get the loose ball, and Guertin comes up with it. Natalie Coutu, who had a big night the other night. She's got it. She's down on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, number 16. Cardinals now trying to work it around. They get it up to the top. I believe that's Holt. Holt trying to dodge. Tries a move. Can't get around the defense. Now she does. Shot and a goal. Lindsay Holt had a lot of patience as Pinkerton's defense was collapsing on her, but she found an opening moving to her right and gets the goal. And it's a 2-0 Cardinal lead. That defense was played very well by by Pinkerton. Looked like number 21, Justina Doyle, was one of the ones who was on her. 26, I believe, right? Yeah, that's what I said. Lauren Sweeney. And I think Sweeney was partially screened by her defense. So Holt, with 19:25 left, puts BG up 2-0. Whistle blows off the draw, and it will be Astro ball. Astros now on the far side. You see them upper right of your screen. Trying to make a turn is Abigail Jowlett, number 22. She gets it out to Doyle. Doyle in the back and a turnover, and now the Cardinals come up with it. And now they turn it over. And the Astros have it. That's a tough turnover right there. It could cost them a goal. We'll see. 2-0 Guertin. Jalen at the top. This is going to be a defensive game. Guertin will win this game on defense if they do it. Oh, and a big move and a shot and a save. Deflected around, but I think Riki got a piece of it. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Guertin ball. Cardinals take over. 17:46 to play first half. They've got a 2-0 lead. Looking for more. They get it out to midfield. Frida Teresa trying to move her way down. She does. And now they get the ball loose. And let's see. It's going to be Pinkerton ball. Goaltender was closest to it. So the Astros on the turnover. That didn't look good from the start for BG. And here we go. Astros run it down. Down the middle of the field and a loose ball. And a whistle blows, and it's probably going to be, the reason the ball was loose was because of a BG foul, and that's the case. It'll be Pinkerton ball at about the 20-yard line. Doyle. Now they move it to behind the net. Trying to create the box. 4 corners. Just kind of flip it around and look for that opening. BG doesn't give you much. And another loose ball. And it's scooped up by the Cardinals. Another Astro turnover as they have 2 shots on goal at this point. And here we are. Astros still have it. Guertin could not get that loose ball after the shot, after the turnover. They turn it back over. Now a poke check, and the Astros have it. Welcome, John Collins.
Thank you, Tom. I'll try to get over the climb.
Great to hear you out of breath for a change. Shot. Don't know if Ricky touched it, but it didn't get any twine, and it goes behind the net.
Yeah, I just came off the field.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to go down on the field.
Yes,
I was almost hoping you wouldn't show up. No.
Yeah, so it's pretty close still.
Shot,
nice save.
Saved by Ricky. That's her third of the game. We got goals, John, by Riley Bouvier and Lindsey Holt, and a 2-0 Cardinal lead. And
Bouvier and Holt.
John, take it away. I will join you probably close to halftime.
Thank you, Tom King. And a great shot, great chance there for Bishop Guertin to go up 3-0 on a day that's been jam-packed with all kinds of high school sports going on, including boys and girls lacrosse and baseball and softball, and even some tennis was on the schedule today. I noticed on this Thursday, this chilly Thursday, in late April. Goal! From point-blank range, in tight. Really an easy goal for number 10 for Bishop Guertin. A slam dunk for Madison Keating for the third goal of the game. BG up 3-0 now on Pinkerton. Coming into this game, the girls lacrosse teams in Nashua, I believe, are undefeated. South, North, and Bishop Guertin. And BG trying to stay that way at the expense of the Pinkerton Astros this afternoon. As we have a timeout down on the field with 14 minutes and 31 seconds left to go in the first half. Bishop Guertin girls hosting Pinkerton this afternoon are 3-0. Actually 1-0. Pinkerton was 3-0 coming in here, according to the latest on the NHIAA scoreboard. Pinkerton had doubled up on Central. 17-0 and 17-1. And they also defeated, let's see, Pinkerton, BG. Pinkerton coming in here hoping to stay undefeated as well. The top teams in New Hampshire girls lacrosse at the moment: Pinkerton, Bedford, South North, Bishop Guertin, and Londonderry, having yet to lose a game. Earlier today in boys lacrosse, North fell to Concord 16-4. That was the first loss of the season for North. Concord rolls along in boys lacrosse. Also, Pinkerton was playing BG, still is, I think, in boys lacrosse. Oh, it's all over already. 11-2. Pinkerton over BG won. BG doubled up on Pinkerton. They beat him a couple days ago. And sounds like it was a closer game up in Derry, but Pinkerton coming out on top in the earlier game here. This is the late one under the lights at Stello's. It was a sunny but chilly day today in the 40s, and you'll see the fans dressed accordingly as the night goes along here. It is winter hats and coats night here at Stello Stadium, but no precipitation to worsen things. If that was the case, they often play through rain in lacrosse, but they won't have to this evening. And hopefully we'll get back closer to baseball weather on Friday and Saturday. We do have baseball slated for you tomorrow here on Nashua ETV. Must have been a cold day to play tennis as well. BG girls were in action against Pinkerton earlier at 4 o'clock. There was even boys volleyball action today. Though no local teams, no local schools have boys volleyball. BG does? Oh, this wasn't scheduled today, I guess. Sorry. That's the sport to play today, to be nice and warm and toasty inside. So BG boys volleyball not in action today, but some other teams were. So North playing at Central tonight. That game, I think, is still going on. It started at 6 according to the schedule. And South was to travel to Keene The South girls lacrosse team doing great so far as they doubled up with some wins over Central, and then they beat Keene a few days ago. There's a shot right off the draw. Down the field she goes, and it was Riley Beauvier with her second goal of the game. And that was almost uncontested, totally. A 50-yard sprint for Riley Beauvier, and she just rips it by the goaltender from point blank, less than 5 yards away. A commanding 4-0 lead for the Lady Cardinals right now in the first half. And Pinkerton seems at a loss of how to stop BG defensively. You see the coach Rob Daziel, the head coach for Pinkerton, trying to coach up one of his players coming off about how to maybe come up with more of a defensive presence. We have a violation after the draw, and it's going to favor Pinkerton this time. So counted as a 1 draw for the Astros, and they're going to need more of those if they're going to get back into the game. Allison Lamphere, number 17, trots it down the field. Far sideline, Justin Doyle going into the corner, being checked closely by Emma Hayhurst, number 2. Emma just not letting the Pinkerton attacker get out of the corner, unmolested anyway. Making her way toward the goal now. And in front, and a shot and a save, another save of what should have been a high percentage shot for Pinkerton, doesn't go in. And great credit to the BG goaltender once again there. Down the field it goes. The Cardinals looking to answer right back with a stop and a score. If they might, it would be a 5-0 advantage. Dancing, passing. Beauvier is going to be on the hunt for a hat trick now, number 1. Spin move by Lindsay Holt. She's looking for goal number 2. Drops it into the middle. Beauvier backing away, being double teamed. Now she passes to a right. Shot deflected over the goal. Excellent opportunity for Catherine Campbell, junior, number 3, right in front of the net when she let go of that one, and it seemed to tick off a defender and the goaltender's sticks before it went over the crossbar. BG retains possession. Coming out from behind the goal, the catch and the stumble, loose ball. BG has it still. Dancing, looking for an opening. Lindsay Holt backs away. She was double teamed. A whistle goes against the Cardinals. Not quite sure what the infraction was there, but BG has to hand the ball over, ending what was a very promising possession. Once again, that time down the field. So Pinkerton trying to get on the scoreboard, trailing 4-0. Trying to prevent BG from a runaway victory. Some tentative passing in the defensive zone for the Astros, and again, they're going back the wrong way. Riley Beauvier is going to steal this ball away, and Pinkerton trying to desperately get it back. Madison Keating, who just scored a goal, clawing at it on the ground. The whistle favors Pinkerton. There's some body contact occurred. I saw Lindsay Holt hit the turf, but apparently she ran into somebody. Pass in the middle, nicely done. The Astros moving the ball rapidly down the field. Shot wide of the goal to the right. Oh, excellent opportunity there for the Astros as they strung several passes together accurately as they ran down the field near sideline to the middle. Shooting that one at the end was Carolyn Daziel. I'm sure she's related to the head coach, if not the daughter of. Just missing wide to the right. Pinkerton on the hunt for their first goal. Daziel fakes, backs it away. She's triple teamed, and she's going to get the heck out of Dodge into the corner. Throws it into the middle, and right there to intercept. Beautiful job by the BG goaltender. McKenna Reiki. McKenna is also a junior, so a lot of lacrosse left to be played for a lot of these players. There are some seniors on the rosters, but tons of underclassmen. BG on the perimeter now. Couple of chances for the Astros to score. game appears to be played a little bit closer than indicated on the scoreboard right now. The 4-0 shutout in favor of the Cardinals. And tight defense being played by Pinkerton, but according to the officials, too much body contact, and that's a violation, so they have to give the ball back to Pinkerton. And your defender, Daziel's got to get behind as play resumes. Lindsay Halt dancing, looking for an opening, spin move, double team, drops it in the middle. Pinkerton can't get it. Bouvier wrestles it away from a red-shirted defender and got a shot away. Might have been a save by the Pinkerton goaltender. It was tough to tell what deflected that away from the goal mouth, but another terrific setup for Riley Bouvier, the 2-goal scorer so far tonight, and on the hunt for a hat trick, number 1 in the white jersey for the Cardinals. Under 10 minutes to go, first half, as the Astros play it back to their goaltender. This is Emma Thompson, number 29, hands it back to the goaltender. Trying to pick her spot of what to do with this ball. This is Lauren Sweeney, number 26 for the Astros. She dishes it into the middle. The Astros were taking their chances, though. They got it stolen in the middle now. Good, accurate pass. Catherine Campbell with an opportunity to shoot. She's going to throw it in the middle. Great setup, and the whistle sounds for what? It was a violation against the Astros, and this is going to be a great setup for Madison Keating, looking for her second goal of the game. From 10 yards away and just off center in front of Lawrence Sweeney. The shot, goal. Matter of fact, Madison Keating, right up and in the face of the goaltender, had several options of where to shoot that, and she went, I believe, about thigh high to the right of the goal inside the post. Nicely done. That's goal number 5 for the Cardinals. And both Keating and Bouvier have a pair. I believe Tom said Lindsay Halt got one, number 17 as well. There's your 5 goals. Pinkerton, meanwhile, needs to get on the score sheet quickly to keep this from becoming a lopsided affair. Draw pops up into the air. Nice win for Abigail Jowlett, the Astros faceoff taker, number 22. Maddie Keating credited with the goal by the stadium announcer. The Astros tired of hearing those goal announcements for the Cardinals, I'm sure, as they try their luck here on offense. Backing it out, Emma Madsen, number 15, had an opportunity to shoot from 10 yards out, elected not to. Another opportunity there knocked for Amy Quigley, number 14, but she also elected to pass rather than shoot. Tatum Howe, number 10, hands it off. From left to right, the shot, there was a whistle just before she let go what was a goal-scoring ripper of a shot. Naomi Menswar was right in front. I'm sure she was disappointed to hear that whistle because that would have been a goal. Number 22, Abigail Jowlett on the restart. Jowlett, goal. She repeated it. It was not 27, it was 22. Abigail Jowlett gets the Astros on the scoreboard. It is 5-1. Definitely not without ability and without talent. The Astros have shown that they can penetrate and set up close. They were just stymied a few times by some really nice saves by McKenna Reiki, in net for Bishop Guertin. That time, the Astros got so up close and personal, it was just about impossible to stop Jowlett's put away. And the aforementioned Abigail Jowlett will do battle with Riley Bouvier at the midfield faceoff circle for the all-important draw to determine the next possession. Up in the air, Jowlett does have a height advantage. The ball's loose, and BG scoops up the loose ball. Good play by Lindsay Hult. Cannot underestimate those ground ball, loose ball scooping skills as it yields more time of possession and more opportunities to score. Around the net it goes as Cardinals seek to tighten the noose. Madison Keating playing the near corner to us, number 10. All the way around the corner, other opposite corner it goes as seemingly everybody in a white jersey in the offensive zone getting a touch now. Riley Bouvier back to Keating. Looking to dance around a defender, she does, but two others close the gap. Nicely done by the Astros to not allow the penetration. In front, shot, goal! And just as I say that, the ball went to the high slot. And I'm not 100% sure on the goal scorer, Tim, you? 17, thank you. Lindsay Hult has a pair. So you got three players with 2 goals each. Riley Bouvier, Lindsay Hult scoring right there, and Maddie Keating. So potent offense for BG continues. That shot by Hult went past a couple of defenders that were between her and the goaltender. Just good, accurate shooting. And it is a 6-1 advantage for Bishop Guertin now as the dueling, it was Lindsay Hult, I think, was up against Abigail Jowlett of Pinkerton that time, and Abigail wins it for the Astros. Ball's loose now, though. It's anybody's possession. Jowlett is in the middle of a scrum of several BG players, including Amelia Piercy, number 12, who seemed to get the better of that battle and wins the ball for her team. Madison Keating sprinting down the left hash mark within 15 yards of the goal before she's escorted wide to the left. Behind the net it goes. Number 16's Natalie Coutu. Far corner. Cutting toward the net was Catherine Campbell looking for a pass. Instead, it'll go behind the goal. Stephanie Reap, number 15, getting a touch there for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. 5 minutes to go in the first half, and a 5-goal advantage for BG as they play keep away and hunt another goal-scoring opportunity at the same time in the the Pinkerton defensive end. Tempted to say Concord every time I look out on the pitch because of the color of the uniforms. That one goes well over the goal, but it'll be still BG possession. Because of that quirky rule, to me, where you can shoot the ball out of bounds, but if you are closest to it, if a teammate is closest to it, when it goes out, I should say, you retain possession in lacrosse. In front, shot goes wide to the right there by Maddie Keating. On the cusp of a hat trick with 2 goals. Cardinals have possessed the ball for well over a minute since the last face-off win, or ground ball win, I should say, following the face-off. Bouvier, one-on-one, now double team, backs away, gets it in tight, and a goal. Drawing the defenders toward her, Riley Bouvier with a special star next to that assist to Amelia Piercy, number 12, in the low slot. And her first goal of the game makes it a 7-1 advantage for Bishop Guertin here. Stello Stadium in Nashua, the setting, as the players trot to their respective sidelines for another timeout. Temperature was in the mid-40s during the day today. We expect it probably will drop to the high 30s before we get to go home tonight. But there was no rain today, so there was a ton of sports action all over New Hampshire. There was boys baseball earlier today. Pinkerton and Bishop Guertin boys baseball went at it up in Derry. And it was a 4-0 win for the Astros in that ball game that started at 4 o'clock and probably went at a rapid pace. They played 7 innings, and whoever was on the mound for Pinkerton, whether it was 1 or 2 or 3 pitchers, were highly effective shutting out the Cardinals in boys baseball. Meanwhile, girls softball also with a 4 o'clock game, and we'll see if we can come up with the results of that at Pinkerton. So 3-0 were the Astros coming into this one, but they are looking up at the wrong end of a 7-1 score right now, as Bishop Guertin has been fairly dominant in this first half. Surely has the best of the time of possession and goal scoring opportunities. Astros have had their share. McKenna Ricci has at least 4 quality saves to her credit so far tonight. Well, the Astros could have been a lot closer on the scoreboard. So they'll strategize about what to do for the final 3 minutes and 52 seconds of the first half. See if they can put a dent in that BG lead.
John, I have one question for you. John,
You have one question
I have
for me,
one
Tim?
question for you. What time is the Patriots playoff game on Sunday?
You know what?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it is sort of football weather, but
Football weather. It's not even football weather.
you
It's
know,
hockey weather.
I got to go to one
It's bobsledding weather.
Patriot playoff game in my life, and I
was
remember Julian Edelman warming up, and it was a lot colder than this. It was against the Texans when that big, tall quarterback, what was his name? Of course, the Patriots dominated that night, but that was in the single digits that night. I remember.
That's the former
watching the players.
Bronco quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Who's no longer playing in the NFL.
yeah, but that was a funny comment by Tom. It is football with shot, and where'd that go? Didn't get past Ricci, that's for sure. Clean steal for the Astros.
Boy, that was quite a steal.
Heads up play by
It's
Justine
amazing.
Doyle.
And the only way we know it is when they just change direction.
Number 21, Justine
But
Doyle
I'll
stepping
tell
in the
you
way.
what,
Yep.
Pinkerton is doing a great job of flooding the middle defensively, and they still can't stop them from scoring. It's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
the shots that I've seen Guertin take, they're covered. Here we go.
Oh, a spin move in the middle, but
They
the
lost
ball
it.
was lost.
Yeah.
Not really a save that time, just a heads-up steal by McKenna Ricci.
Yeah, Ricci's got 5, I believe. 5 stops. She had a few before you got here. She had 3 before you got here. So.
Excellent. Yeah, one of those shots you were talking about, just the goal by Lindsay Holt.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be intercepted.
You would think so. There
And
were a lot of bodies between her and the net.
Sure, there were. I mean, a ton of them. I was right down there. It was incredible.
And that is why the Cardinals have a 7-1 lead right now. 3 players with 2 goals apiece.
I mean, Leslie White talked about that the last time. She talked about, oh, look at this spin move. Nope. Nice pass.
Yeah, that would have produced nice
Scooped up
results,
by
but
the goalie.
Catherine Campbell, the intended
Yep.
receiver, the goalie's going to run it down the field. Lawrence Sweeney.
That's not a bad play to make.
No, I think you wanted one of the teams we watched earlier in the season. You wanted the goalie to do something like that, just to get it out of there. And the Astros are able to cross midfield with possession with exactly 2 minutes to go in the first half, trailing by 6. The ball is knocked out of the possession of the Astros, however, and out of bounds, and BG will take control on the inbound play.
Now, contrast what it is like right now to not only what it's going to be like next week,
Yep.
but also what it's going to be like when these, when the tournament starts in June.
Yeah.
Night and day.
Yep. Deep winter to hot summer, probably.
Night and day. You ever play baseball in weather like this?
Yes, yes,
It's
many
brutal,
times.
isn't it? It's
I think
brutal.
I bragged about turning the double play in the blizzard already, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Colby against Bowdoin. Couldn't tell the difference between the snowflakes and the ball almost.
There you go. That's good.
Going back a ways. But yeah.
It's a good thing you brag about it, otherwise no one would know.
The other great memory about playing in this kind of weather is the restart. Goal.
Yeah,
How easy was that?
That's a layup. That's just a layup.
That's what it was.
for Bishop
Catherine
Guertin.
Campbell. Goal number 8 for the Cardinals. They have a 7-1 lead, 8-1 score.
Sure that wasn't Bouvier?
It was
3?
number 3.
Okay, yeah, I got those almost mixed up
Catherine
earlier.
Campbell. Yeah, so it was the same. I'm dating myself now, but it was the same March that Patrick Ewing played in the NCAA final, and they lost to Villanova.
Yeah.
You got to believe is that
Rolly Massimino running out onto the court.
yeah.
Almost the same way Jim Valvano, the late Jim Valvano did.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Colby was playing Quinnipiac. I remember a foul pop bounced off the pond next to us. Frozen solid.
Well, I'll tell you.
Quinnipiac University in
It's
Connecticut.
It's just not meant to be played.
No, it isn't. You know?
Not meant to
Awful.
be played in this weather.
Yeah. There was a baseball game, though, today, Tom, and we had a result on the NHIAA website. Pinkerton defeating BG 4-0 up in Derry, in what I imagine was a very quick game at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. Softball's playing there, too. And,
Yep.
How
How would you like to play tennis today? BG at Pinkerton in tennis.
I've
Probably get the leggings
I've
out.
gone to a couple of matches where it's been that cold, just to shoot photos.
Yeah.
It was a few years ago. It was really, really windy in the high 30s, and I had the same jacket on.
There's a minute left to go. BG threatening to go up by
Boy, I'll tell you
double
this,
digits before
We're
the half
watching what we
ends.
saw the other night in the boys' game.
Yes, we are.
And the boys, did it again today. They won. I think it was 11-2 or 12-2. I'm not sure of the final.
Pete did say it was 11-2.
Yeah. So that.
They doubled up on Pinkerton.
Yeah, that time much better game. Oh,
In
nice
front
pass by
shot.
Holt.
What a save!
Oh, great stop.
Lawrence Sweeney with the save of the
She's
game for the
made
Astros.
Yeah, she's made a couple of them, but that one was perfect because Holt had a great pass.
Yeah, that looked like an 80-20 ball, like she scored 8 out of 10 times in that spot. Here come the Astros. A slip and a fall, probably some dew on the
one thing that
turf.
Pinkerton has not had is they have not had any fast breaks.
Well, they got to do a really fast break here with 10 seconds left.
They're under 8 to play now. And a whistle blows, and they're going to let that clock run out, or they're going to stop it. They stopped it.
You have to take a really long shot right now. 3 seconds left to go. And that's going to do it.
That'll do it. They're just going to run around, intercepted ball, turned over, and that'll do it for the first half. All Bishop Guertin. And an 8-1 lead here at halftime. So don't go away. Stay nice and warm inside. And we'll be back to give you the second half in about 10 minutes of clock time.
I've been vaccinated because I want to keep our entire Nashua community safe.
To help protect my family and friends.
Because it's the first step for our community to go back to normal life.
Because I didn't want to bring sickness to my family.
Because it's time to get the fans back in the stands.
For the safety of us and the members of our church.
Because we needed change.
I got vaccinated for you.
And I got vaccinated for you. So roll up your sleeve, Nashua, and let's get vaccinated.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, scene of tonight's girls lacrosse game. It's Bishop Guertin High School hosting Pinkerton, and BG dominating through the first 25 minutes of the first half, leading this contest 8-1. John Collins along with Tom King and cameraman Tim O'Neill here on Nashua TV and what's been a very chilly Thursday in the mid-40s and dropping as this 7 o'clock game began. Tom, Pinkerton trails 8-1, but they have not been without their chances. We'll see if they can do better in the second half.
They get the ball right away, so that helps them a little bit. But again, John, I think the story of the first half was the accuracy of the Guertin shots. The accuracy, not the quantity, the accuracy. They had great accuracy on their shots. In traffic often.
Astros managed to recover a bobbled loose ball. Tatum Howe, number 10, though, finally does lose it. And BG is on the attack. Their first chance here in the second half as they charge down the field. A bobble, though, on the pass. Goal line left. Dancing, throwing it out in front, catching it, shooting a goal.
Well, right away.
A quick put away. I believe that was number 12 for the Cardinals. And that would be Amelia Piercy's second goal of the night. Bunch of players with 2 goals apiece. I've got Piercy, Madison Keating, Lindsay Holt, and Riley Bouvier, 2 each. And one more goal, Catherine Campbell, for 9 total. Or Lindsay Holt's got 2, that's right. So who's going to get that hat trick? It looks like it's an inevitable thing tonight with so much lacrosse left to be played. 24-10 remaining. BG on the cusp of double digits here. Pinkerton had an opportunity off the opening faceoff here in the second half, but they lost possession. Ball security so important in lacrosse, of course. You can't score without the ball. And you cannot get close to the opponent's goal without some crisp passing. Violation against the Cardinals. An errant pass there, fortunately for the Astros. Allison Lamphere is there to scoop it up as she takes it down the near sideline, cuts back toward the middle, but she's fended off by the BG back line, including number 2, Emma Hayhurst, playing some fine defense for Bishop Guertin tonight. And a takeaway. Bishop Guertin ends that scoring threat for the Astros. Downfield the ball goes. Fought for and won by the Cardinals as they gain all kinds of ground far side. And they set up shop deep in the Pinkerton zone, trying to come out from behind the goal. There's the pass. Incomplete, though. Opportunity for the Astros to seize on it. They couldn't, and then walking right in. Save is made. We got a whistle before the shot.
It's going to go against Pinkerton.
Yeah, it looked like might have been a slash of the ball handler. So a point-blank shot coming up here on the resume. With the Cardinals, Amelia Piercy, she may just get that hat trick. Shot, no, missed to the left. Tried to go low. She had a big chunk of net to shoot out in the upper right, but tried to squeeze it down to the low left post area. And it looked like the goaltender for Pinkerton, Lawrence Sweeney, had read that.
Sweeney's very good. I mean, she's, you know,
catch,
look at that.
another save and from 2 feet away.
She read that right away and took 2 steps out to her right to make that save. In doing that, John, what she did was she gambled that the pass wouldn't go over the middle, because then she would have had to recover, and I don't know if she would have been able to do it in time, and it did not.
So the Astros trying to get the ball out of their own end. And that's a nice pass into the high slot. Bobbled for a second into the scoring area. And what a pass from Abigail Jowlett. Number 22 finds Caitlin Cellini, and Cellini puts it away. So the Astros, like lightning, go about 70 yards with that possession on 3 passes. A jog toward midfield. The defensive zone play, excellent for Pinkerton that time, as they got the ball to Abigail Jowlett near midfield middle, and then she jogged down and found Caitlin Cellini on the left wing. And she went low past the talented BG goaltender, McKenna Ricci, for only the second goal of the game for the Astros. They're going to need a lot more of those to get back in this.
They're going to need possession, John. They are going to need possession. It's 9/10 of the law in lacrosse, that's for sure.
And BG continues to have success on the midfield draw.
And you know what, John? They're spreading the scoring around. Against the good teams, Bouvier is not going to be able to score 8 goals, or 6 goals. So, and they know that. So they're developing their depth here and spreading the ball around. And that's Kutu, I think, who got kind of hammered over the top. So the call will go against the Astros.
So on the resume, BG with another golden opportunity to score. This would put them into double digits, leading 9-2 with 21 minutes left.
And Kutu with the restart. So here we go.
And she fires it for the goal.
She went high. You have that time, which sometimes to a player must seem like an eternity, and to a goalie even, to a goalie definitely an eternity. And Kutu had to figure out which to go. And now, let's face it, Sweeney is not the tallest goalie in the world. So she doesn't take up a whole lot of room in that net. And she had to reach up, and the hard high shot to the upper right-hand corner from our angle by Kutu, and it's a 10-2 game.
More accurate shooting, as Tom mentioned. Natalie Kutu with her first goal of the night. And as Tom said, they're spreading that scoring around. We've got 6 different players now on the score sheet. The draw still loose. Astros opportunity, and I was going to say Riley Bouvier got away with basically your average hockey body check right there to win the ball, but didn't get away with it. So
I was surprised the other night, John, how it was not much of a physical game.
Yeah.
When the boys played, it wasn't physical at all.
No, they were ball-centric. They weren't really going after each other. You've seen some lacrosse matches that were
they go nuts.
Blood sport, right? Yeah, it was almost like forget the ball. That wasn't one of them, though. You're right. There was a lot of finesse going on that night.
Here we go.
BG trying to penetrate.
Good job by Guertin by Pinkerton with the defense. Now they'll set up the box, set up the play.
Stephanie Reap, number 15, was in the near corner.
One thing is that these Cardinals are very patient. They will not take a bad shot.
Lindsay Helt.
Look at that. Helt
save is made by Sweeney.
Yeah.
That was a good shot. That was a high percentage shot.
I mean, that was a high percentage shot. Sweeney really had to be on her game to make that stop. She's got 8 saves already.
Kind of anticipating that Helt would go low.
We're under 20 now. 19:34 to play in the game.
Guertin, though, retains possession, and they keep the pressure on, leading 10-2. Catherine Campbell, up top it goes, dancing with possession. Amelia Piercy. Piercy hands it off. Halt. Looking for that opening. Riley Bouvier passes it up. Piercy had her stick up looking for it in the slot.
A low pass I thought was going to be picked off.
Bouvier in shooting position, goal.
Oh, boy, how did she do that? She went from a single defender to double coverage, and she got the shot off before the defenders could converge on her.
Riley Bouvier, first to get a hat trick in this game. Her 3rd goal of the night makes it an 11-2 advantage for Bishop Guertin. Pretty nice goal coming out of the corner from the far side and dancing through traffic to set herself up for the high shot.
A measuring stick type of game. I would think that their other major contest would be Bedford when they play Bedford. I'm not sure when that is. It's not next week. So that would be the next biggie.
When you told me about the forecast for tonight, I was wondering how many players we'd see bundle up. And, there's some long sleeves out there. But
well, the other thing, John,
the
other thing, and you may have noticed this, I noticed it. There were a lot more players here the other night when we did the girls' game against Londonderry.
Yeah?
They had, I think, a lot of their JVs here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they're not here tonight.
And great opportunity for the Astros. It looked like, I don't know if she got a rebound back, but number 17, Allison Lamphere, never really let go of it. We could tell. There's a goal.
shot,
There's
yeah.
Lamphere in the middle.
Right in the middle. Had the wide open spot.
The low slot right in front. And that is goal number 3 for the Astros. So certainly not without talent and not without ability, but BG's just been too much for the Astros tonight. 11-3. Let's have that as Lamphere's second goal. Jowlett and Cellini have the other. At her first goal? Jowlett and Cellini have the other 2. All important draw at midfield now.
So, yeah.
Abigail Jowlett and I think Riley Bouvier, although Lindsay Hult has taken a few.
Bouvier,
That's
draws,
Bouvier.
yep.
Yep. And the Astros win it.
Yeah.
Beset, though, by a double team. She gets rid of it wisely. Justine Doyle feeds it to Allison Lamphere, being stick-checked. Doyle loses it, and right there, you cannot make a mistake even for a second against this BG defense. Sprinting downfield with possession, Emma Hayhurst.
Now, do they take the quick goal on the momentum? No, they're going to set it up.
They're right on the edge of trying it, but now they're going to take some time off the clock. 17:45 remaining.
You know, they'd be content to trade with Pinkerton, but I think they'd rather get a good run. Oh, she hesitated.
Yeah. It was
they,
there for the taking, it would seem.
Nice pass in front.
Goal.
Oh, my goodness. What a pass.
Can't let your defense down even for a moment against this talented BG team. Looking for that player moving without the ball.
Give and go.
Catch and release. Did we get a number on that, Tim? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Madison Keating on the receiving end of that pass. I think the pass was made by Natalie Kutu from behind the goal. And it is a 12-3 advantage for Bishop Guertin, and it is at that point, as Tom says, where the Cardinals will be very content to trade goals for the duration, up by 9.
That's that's to get the win.
Yeah.
I think the way they played in that first half, they don't want to see what happened in the second. They don't want to see that happen. What we saw in the boys' game in the second half. They don't want to see that.
Tight.
Yeah, they don't want them to. They don't want Pinkerton to get within 4 or 5 or anything like that.
Yeah, Pinkerton made a little bit of a charge in that second half in the boys'
match.
match.
I was talking to Chris Cameron after the game. He said usually when when you're up 9-1 at halftime and you look like you're going to win an easy game and you win it, you don't really have to worry about making adjustments for the rematch. But now he thought that yes he did because of the way Pinkerton played in the second half. But the freshman Dumont came through again.
Brady Dumont.
I believe he had another 4-goal day.
Out of 11, that's impressive.
So that's 8. So he had 8 goals in the 2 games against the Astros, the freshman.
He must practice his shot
all
day long.
I think the reason that happened, it was all because his father gave me the roster.
Yeah.
That's it.
And cutting in front, and Halt
another
makes
way
it.
up, boy. She is pretty to watch when she makes those moves, isn't she?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Slam dunk, as Tom calls it there. A layup, take your pick. Halt will not be denied from in that close, and drops it over the goaltender, Lawrence Sweeney, the besieged goaltender for the Astros tonight. A 10-goal advantage for the Cardinals, up 13-3.
Did not expect this.
On paper, it looked like it would be a close match.
I thought we'd see something like 10-5, 8-4. High scoring. And, they were supposed to play Monday. The game got postponed because of protocols. They're going to play again in Derry, I believe, May 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
It was rescheduled, moved to there.
I had this as Pinkerton's first game since last Saturday.
They played Portsmouth last Saturday, correct, I think?
That is correct. And it was a game like you just described. It was 14-10.
Yeah.
Londonderry, Pinkerton defeated Portsmouth by 4 goals, so it was a tight one. BG girls on the attack once again. Ball in the far diagonal in the corner. Stephanie Reap gives it to Catherine Campbell, who hands it.
We can start working clock pretty soon.
Amelia Piercy, number
You know,
12.
I don't mean stall, but take their time, wait for the good shot. You know, there's no urgency. Play the fundamental type game, and Pinkerton just needs stops they need stops and scores. And there's a stop right there as the ball's loose and Pinkerton has it.
Hull trying to find Bouvier cutting toward the goal.
Yeah, that needed a perfect pass in a crowd. That's not easy to do here. 15:26 to play in the game. 13-3, as we said, in favor of Bishop Guertin. As you see on the board.
Double team chasing.
And I guarantee you, the only warm people here at Stellos are the players who are running around and us who are in the indoor press box.
That's it.
Normally I do the game from outside, but no.
Christina Pekowski, number 24, making hay with the ball down into the BG territory. Gives it in the middle. Shot. Went off the post, I believe.
Did it?
Abigail Jowlett rang the iron on the left side.
Riki turned to her right side and looked behind her. So you could tell that she didn't know where the ball was.
Her best friend took care of it.
That's right.
Goaltender's best friend, the post. And we haven't had too many of those tonight, but that certainly was a solid hit.
We had a few the other night, I thought.
Yeah. We had a few that went off the net, pole and in.
You could hear the clangs.
Catherine Keating will back away from the double team and dish it off. Stephanie Reap manning her corner position near side. Bouvier, shot, goal.
Boy, you had to have the right spot to be able to get it through two defenders like that, and she does. 4 goals.
So the junior, Riley Bouvier, matching the performance of boys freshman Brady Dumont with the 4-goal game.
She's got 4, Holt 3, Pinkerton calls timeout.
14:02 to go in the action here at Stellos. And what was an action-packed day in New Hampshire high school sports. Despite the mid-40s chill, as we mentioned, there was boys baseball and softball being played today on a day that reminds Tom of football playoff weather. We'll be covering the NFL draft next week, so football isn't too far from our minds.
Congratulations, Lindsay. 100 career points.
So Holt.
Question.
100 career points.
Yeah, I know you've probably told me this 10 times already, but why doesn't Nashua High, North and South have boys volleyball?
Don't know.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Because they're in season right now.
Right.
BG.
Yeah, there's only 3 schools in our coverage area that have it.
Okay.
That's
Hollis Brookline.
Sauhegan, Hollis Brookline, and Bishop Guertin.
Right.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know if there's been any attempt to try to get it. And if there has, then there probably hasn't been enough interest.
Probably right.
So, and it's also, you got to have, it's also part of the budget, John. You got to have the money. I mean, you got to pay a coach. You got to keep the gym open for a certain amount of time, and you got to, travel costs.
And you got to gauge interest. Maybe there's not as much interest in
volleyball. That's it. That's a decision that's got to be made on the administrative end, and unless there would be a line of people outside Lisa Jingers's office or the Board of Ed at a meeting, well, they're virtual now, but I mean, when they go back to being in person, if they do, and you'd have to have people clamor for it. So, and I haven't heard anything over the years about it. It's a growing, it's kind of stagnated, I think. I don't think any new schools have picked it up recently. A few did a couple of years ago. And I covered a match a week ago tonight. I covered Hollis Brookline and BG. And, it's just like we watched with the girls, It
gets pretty exciting?
Yeah, it gets intense, gets exciting, and, the boys are pretty athletic.
Yeah.
So it's Hollis Brookline's had a strong program over the years. They haven't. They've won a championship in 2016. They've been to the semis a couple of times since. I don't think they've been to the finals since. Timberland has been the school that's been.
No kidding. Going Plasto.
Yeah. Yep. They've had a strong program over the years.
So the Astros and BG doing battle in the face-off circle once again. It's Abigail Jowlett in red against Riley Bouvier for, actually that time it was Catherine Campbell taking the draw.
Yeah, whistle
and
blows
wins it.
Wins it, and Guertin gets a restart off the infraction. And here we go.
Stephanie Reap dancing into a defender, double team, gives it off to
Piercy's
Piercy's.
shot and a high save with her stick by Piercy.
So Amelia Piercy's bid for a hat trick stopped. Great save by Lauren Sweeney of the Astros. And here comes Pinkerton looking to score off of the nice defensive stop. Tatum Howe, number 10, cruising about 15 yards away from the goal. Now looks like she wants to hand it off to somebody. Into the corner it goes. It almost looked they were daring Tatum Howe to shoot that. Out from behind the goal in front. Collision whistle, and this could be a great setup for Caitlin Cellini.
Yep, exactly. She can get a restart.
Now
they're going to have to start from behind, I think. Yep, start from the back.
Cellini will hand it off. Carolyn Daziel, number 25, among those players for Pinkerton getting a touch.
Daughter of the head coach, I would imagine, Rob Daziel.
Yes. Allison Lamphere, spin move. She's got a goal tonight.
Nice move there. Dodge to her right. And
got a contested shot away, but
McKenna Ricci with her 6th save.
Yeah, made that one look easy.
Unfortunately for Guertin, it's intercepted.
Christina Pekowski with the steal, number 24, giving her team more time in the offensive zone. Try to come up with goal number 4, trailing by 11, 14-3. Faking right, going left, Justine Doyle flips the ball to Abigail Jowlett. Jowlett spins back the other way, hands it off to Amy Quigley crossing. Quigley in front, shot, save is made by
whistle hits C.
Ricci.
I don't think that save's going to count.
Oh, you're right.
Blown. There'll be a restart, and Pinkerton has a good chance to score. Let's see what Ricci can do here.
Quigley was being struck as she shot the ball, so she gets to resume with possession. Dead central, fires, save is made by Ricci.
Yeah, she did not charge. Ricci gets knocked down, and there'll be a foul on Pinkerton.
Is that going to be a penalty for running into the goalie? I haven't seen anybody serve any penalty box time tonight.
I haven't seen anybody serve time either. Been a clean game that way.
Yeah.
But a cold one. Clean and cold.
Down, let's not forget cold.
Oh, right in. Oh, and the
Catherine
Astros.
Campbell, number 3.
Campbell had a great move, had a shot, didn't take it, but the Astros commit the foul, and now still have the restart from the 10 yards out. Let's see what she does with it. 10:43 to play in the game. It's a 14-3 lead as you see the bottom of your screen. The scoreboard shot goal, 15-3.
Zings one. Kind of the underhand route. A hard slingshot that had some rise on it.
We are in running time now, John. They are not stopping the clock.
So goal for Catherine Campbell. I've got her with 2.
Well, you never thought a BG Pinkerton game would go to running time, but this one is doing just that.
A lot of weapons out here for Bishop Guertin, spreading the wealth in the goal-scoring categories. Tom mentioned at the top of the sheet, Riley Bouvier with 4 and Lindsay Halt with 3. Madison Keating's got a hat trick. A few players have 2 each. Piercy. Win for the face-off there. Down to behind the net it goes. And the Astros put one away. They get a layup for a change. Caroline Dazio, the player, the attacker, right in front in the face of Riki. Nothing much she could do there. And it's 15-4. That fourth goal, a long time in coming for the Astros. Running time with 9 minutes left. Back to the face-off circle. In the center of the field, Riley Bouvier once again matching up with Abigail Jowlett. These duelists must get tired of each other by the 50th minute.
No doubt about it.
Jowlett seems to have some powerful legs on her, and she digs in there in the middle. Uses those to her advantage on these draws, but Bouvier has held her own despite the size disadvantage. She's able to create loose balls, and her teammates able to scoop them up.
Yeah,
Case
there's a
in
lot
point.
more loose balls on draws in girls lacrosse, it seems, than there is in boys. Yep. Usually in boys is a clean win.
And as long as Riley Bouvier can create a loose ball off the draw, her teammates have proven more effective in gathering them up and creating goal-scoring opportunities as a result. Behind the net it goes. BG looking to add to their 15-4 lead under 8 minutes left. Loose ball collected by Halt.
They can just kind of work some clock now. If you, they're not going
Bouvier
to.
on the attack, save made by Lawrence Sweeney.
Yeah, went right past the goal. Right
In
back
front,
to Guertin.
goal.
There's a goal.
That was Bouvier, number 5. Left alone just for an instant and made the most of it once again. 16-4, Bishop Guertin on top.
Wow. What a display.
Yes. Coming into
Boy.
today, I had about 6 teams undefeated. Pinkerton, Bedford, South North, BG, Londonderry, and...
Well, Londonderry's not undefeated. They lost 2 to BG last week.
Oh, they did, huh?
Yeah, we covered it, John.
Londonderry.
John, do not go by the NHIAA website.
They just conveniently left those games off, I guess.
Don't go by the website. If you need to look at the school's record, go to the school site, the big team site.
Okay.
And then click on you click on spring, and then click on the sport, and then go through the schedule. That'll tell you their record. The NHIAA website is not accurate, so don't go by that. Start with it, but then compare and contrast when you get to the other one. That's the accurate one.
Right. And again, BG winning the loose ball off the draw. Charging down the field was Amelia Piercy. Bouvier and Halt doing a lot of the quarterbacking of this offense from the high center slot area. And setting a pick there was Bouvier as she hands it off to Madison Keating, number 10. Piercy cutting through the defense.
Nope, got hit in the head.
Yeah, that's going to get called every time, and she's holding her head. Hope she's okay. That was...
See, because of the no contact rule, and
this might be a penalty, actually.
Yeah, it is. And they do not usually wear helmets, so no need to.
Yeah, so they...
But that time...
They want to...
that time she took one on the noggin.
Send a message. You got to be extra careful about hits to the head. And
that's a comfortable spot, though. She doesn't have to kneel. Yeah. She gets to sit at the score table.
Yeah, we saw the boys kneel
every time. Shot right in, goal.
Yeah. That was as easy as...
Is that Campbell?
Throwing a banana peel into the trash can right there.
Number 3?
Yeah. I think it was 12, I think, Piercy. I got my eye on her. She's right there at the 30-yard line in the middle right now.
I thought 3 was the one taking it, but I'm not sure. So anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is. Oh, actually, I thought it was 12, but.
It's all right. We'll double check with the book afterwards. 17-4 the score. and we've got 4:33 to play here at Stellos. We'd like to try to make it exciting for you, everybody, but Guertin is making that hard for us to do right now. They are extremely precise.
BG is not who we thought they are. They're even better.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
They've been very impressive tonight. A team effort. And charging down and looking for more. That shot hits traffic and
you're
doesn't.
right, John. 12, Piercy.
Piercy got it. The Astros desperately trying to come out of their own end and getting a nice run from a defender before she drops it. And that's going to cost. As whistle sounds, we have.
Infraction, Guertin.
Yeah,
ball
they might have
Pinkerton.
had too many players on the
Yeah,
offensive
it's
side.
probably on the turnover where the ball dropped out of the basket.
Here's the Astros on the attack. And Jowlett had it and lost it, got it back. Stick work on the double team, a little bit too much, I think they're saying. So they'll do a restart behind the goal. With 3:15 remaining. Pinkerton in search of goal number 5 on this possession.
Oh, lost the ball.
Yeah.
Took away all the momentum of that play.
Riki, the goaltender, was alert to that. She went back there to battle for that loose ball for a second. Astros coming out in front, and a goal. That counts.
Yeah, it sure does.
Jowlett, not only some prowess on face-offs, but also muscles her way to the front of the goal and deposits that one over the top of McKenna Riki. That is goal number 5 for Pinkerton, trailing still by a lot, 17-5, with 2.5 minutes to go. What is the forecast for baseball tomorrow, meteorologist Tom King?
Windy and close to 60.
I'll take it.
A little bit better.
Hopefully the wind's blowing out.
Are we we're doing a game, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, I hope to see you there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'll be there. I forgot we were doing a game. Yeah, how about that?
Looking forward to it.
I'm old, John. Things just go right by me.
You got a lot going on. Lindsay Helt, actually number 17, Allison Lamphere.
Looking forward to seeing some baseball. Saw one.
Yeah.
The only baseball game I've seen is the one we did.
Right. Pretty good game, well pitched.
Yep.
And
that same Marymount
Jowlett.
pitcher pitched well against Londonderry too, but ended up taking a loss earlier this week. 5-1, I think, same score. I'm not sure. Looking to get that pass off. She does.
Deflected shot.
Yeah,
and Riki saves it or picks it up.
Good defense by Guertin. Not allowing the easy layup.
The outlet pass.
They're going to run the fast break with 1:16 to go.
Ariana Kuchalakos getting a touch.
Yep, that's great. Empty that bench. Get some players out there. Well, those kids who haven't played have got to be freezing standing there.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Probably glad to get moving.
We have a minute to go.
Natalie Kutu doing some of the ball handling. And number 7, Lauren Redfern, a freshman out there. The cutter in the middle would have been Tana O'Neill Blake. Not able to receive it. The loose ball fought for, and it's collected by Amelia Piercy. She goes down to the near corner. Dancing past the defender is Stephanie Reap. Reap came out in front where she tried to shoot it, but then lost the handle. Piercy goes left, runs into a double team.
Yep, they're going to.
Halts.
If I'm
out.
Guertin, I just pass.
20 seconds left. Maybe.
I think that's what they're going to do, you know.
Run out the clock. Although some of the new players probably just like to get one shot.
And, you know, they want to get into the rhythm because you don't know when they're going to be called upon. But
5 seconds.
Yep.
And a shot. It's going to be saved, and that'll do it.
That'll do it. Final score, everybody, 17-5 in favor of Guertin over Pinkerton.
An impressive start to the season for these Bishop Guertin Cardinals, as the girls lacrosse team is undefeated and looking to take their talented show on the road if necessary for the rest of the spring season. They are a promising team, and we'll see how far they go. For Tom King and our cameraman Tim O'Neill, I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching. The final score for the final time, Bishop Guertin 17, Pinkerton 5. Good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.